Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is John Newer, and today I'm gonna be repping my set. Alright, first things first, I got this board in the middle of last summer. It's my first board. Bone stock for a while, but it did not take long for me to get addicted to riding trails and addicted to buying mods for this board. Probably more than I should, but I digress. The first thing I got was this Craft and Ride Flare tail. I also put some Ignite 4mm foam grip tape on it from onewheelparts.com. I got the hexagon pattern because I thought it was pretty sick, and it ended up being like the best grip tape ever made, so that's pretty cool. I ended up also then getting the same grip tape for the front, just not the hexagon pattern because they didn't have the underlay for it yet to protect the sensor. But this grip tape is money. In the winter, it doesn't ice up as much as other grip tape will, I think because the foam almost acts as like an insulation, so it just doesn't get frozen as fast, which is a pain when you're riding in the winter. I've got a Control Freak on the back here. It is a Dragon tow hook. It ended up working beautifully for this application. I love it. It really gives you that, I don't want to say locked in. I feel like locked in, that term is just way overused, but yeah, it keeps you locked in. On the sides, I got these beautiful mustache rails from either Bob Stoke Shop or the One Wheel Mob Shop. These things are immaculate. I didn't even want to ride them because I didn't want to like scuff them up and stuff, but I had to because they're amazing. The front and rear angles, they're kicked up a little bit and they keep you glued to the board. And then also it drops the center of gravity a little bit and really gives you a good ride for trails and stuff. I love them so much. Also, my fender delete I had to cut in order to put on the mustache rails. You know, it is what it is. You gotta do it. My buddy Denton made me this sweet sticker of my logo to put on the side there. I've got these bumper boys from Alex. I'll leave a link down in the description below of where you can get these from his Etsy shop. And then I've got the Nosedive Survivor sticker because the second time I rode this board, I decided to try to go 30 miles an hour because I heard it was possible. Did not have any safety gear on. I was wearing shorts, I was on blacktop. I nosedived so hard at 29.3 miles an hour and rolled out of it and ended up pretty much uninjured besides some big old bruises on my hip and my elbow.
Footprint, 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 no more feet prints.
50 feet.
My friend sent me the link to this and I was like, I need to get that because I am a nosedive survivor. If you've got a cool nosedive story, leave it in the comments down below. I'd love to hear it. I've got regular bumpers on here. I was thinking about getting the bash bumpers, but I just didn't quite have the cash flow to swing it. Someday I'll get those. But as for the wheel here, I've got an XR hub on this bad boy. I have the Tech Rails cover plate here to make it work, and also the Tech Rails axle blocks that can center the wheel after you do a GTR conversion because it offsets it like 3mm. It's like off to the left, and it really made for a weird ride. You would think that 3mm offset wouldn't be that big of a deal, but once I got this thing centered, it was amazing. When it was uncentered, I just felt so awkward, but with the axle blocks, that makes the ride amazing. So for the winter setup then, I put a Burris 5.5-inch wide TX22 on here, and I have iGrip SSO6 studs for ripping some hard pack and ice, and they are amazing. I actually just went out on the ice rink and played hockey on this board. That was an interesting time. Yeah, I've got the Lifesavers on here. I dyed them with that RIT synthetic dye and got the squiggles on there using hot glue. It kind of masks it off, and then you dip them and they get some color. And don't color where you put the hot glue. They look pretty good. If I did them again, I would do a couple things differently, you know, live and learn, but I think they look pretty good as of now. I've got One Wheel Parts titanium axle bolts in here, and also a One Wheel Parts titanium valve stem cover, because I love supporting those guys. You know, it's just a couple guys in the shop. They make great content and they make great products, so why wouldn't I try to support them? I think in my tire right now for sealant, I have Armadillos, but I do really like Tire Candy from One Wheel Parts as well. I think that about does it for my winter setup here. So thank you guys for watching. If you're liking the content, please consider subscribing and coming back to see my new videos. I'm gonna be trying to put out weekly. If you wanna see me and Brooks shredding around in the snow and testing the battery on the GT versus a CBXR and an XR in winter conditions, click the video right over here. If not, that's fine, and have a wonderful day.